Happy New Year, and may you walk in God's blessings in the new year, 2025. I'm just looking at Matthew chapter 8, verse 18. And when Jesus saw the great multitude around him, he gave a command to depart to the other side. That's the other side of the Sea of Galilee. And we talk about entering a new year often as crossing over into the new year. But I also want to look at how do we cross over into a new level of walking in God's blessing. And it then goes on to tell the story of the storm, and all the disciples are in the boat, and Jesus is sleeping. And the reality is Jesus knew the boat was going to the other side because he said, we're going to the other side. So he just chilled out and went to sleep. The disciples are probably a little bit more like sometimes we can be when we kind of panic about what God's saying and don't have this faith. And when Jesus woke up, he rebuked the storm, but he didn't only rebuke the storm on the outside, he rebuked the storm on the inside of their lives, and often for us of our lives, where we don't necessarily take what he said and say, well, that's it, I'm going with it. And we just stick to it like glue. One of the things, or the big thing that God wants to deal with in our lives is our identity. And part of that is obviously through, encountering him in his presence. But the other part of it is we must actually discipline ourselves to live as sons and daughters of God. So as people that when he said something, we take it seriously, we take it to heart, we act on it. And, if we look at Hebrews chapter 12, verse, I think 5 to 7, it says, "My sons, do not despise the chastising of the Lord, nor be discouraged when you are rebuked by him. For whom the Lord loves, he chastens, and scourges every son whom he receives. If you endure chastening, God deals with you as with sons. For what son is there whom the Father does not chasten?" So it's part of being a son, part of being a daughter, to receive correction, to receive rebuke. And so let God, as much as you enter the new year, don't just take it as a promise. Oh, great, we're going to cross over to the other side. We're going to walk in God's blessing. Start saying to God, okay, correct me, Lord. Give me your word. Give me your direction. Correct me. If there's any area of unbelief in my life, then I choose to turn away from that unbelief in my life. I choose to believe what you said, to stick to it. And I will walk in the blessings of God in 2025. I know that doesn't rhyme. I will cross over to the other side in 2025.